Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a quick video to show you how to resize SVGs in Design Space.
Hi. So there are gonna be occasions where once you have uploaded SVG into Design Space, where the size for some reason is not gonna be the normal size, but it's gonna be way too big instead. And there is an easy way to fix it. So right now, for example, you can see here that I already uploaded an SVG, and here it's giving me this icon letting me know that it's really big. And even if I try to zoom out the screen or the canvas, I still don't see the design. So the easiest way to fix this problem, and you can see here that I even have it at 25% and still way too big. So the instructions that you receive along with the SVG every time you buy a design from my store, the SVG includes PDF instructions, and let me show you. So for this particular example, I'm showing the graduation gift bags. So what I'm gonna do is, or what you will have to do if you get into this problem, is go to the instructions, and then when you scroll down, there is a page that tells you the size of the SVG all the time. And I include this on any of my designs due to those situations where Design Space gets the SVG uploaded but with a different design, a different size. So what you will have to do is go to the page number 2 and check what size I'm giving you here, in this part right here. And then you can see here that the first measurement is 21.9 inches. So just take that number, and then what you will have to do is you have to come here and then delete this and then type 21.9 inches and then enter. And once you do that, you actually have fixed that problem. And you can see that it's very quick and easy. And if we go back to the instructions, it tells me that it's 21.9 inches by 14.195 inches. And you can see here that it says 1.196, which is okay. You don't have to do anything, because just fixing this size right here, we are actually automatically fixing this one. And if it's off by 1, there's nothing, because it's just the way that once the SVG gets uploaded, it may change by a bit, but not much. And then now if I zoom out, then now I can see the actual design here. I don't know why it's doing this, it's kind of weird. I will check it out in a minute. But then once we scroll down here, we can see now that all my pieces are in a good size for my Cricut to get. So if I go to make it, then we now have an option to select what type of mat are we gonna use. I'm just gonna hit continue to show you how that is gonna do. So in here have the pieces. So you can see here that the lines that are supposed to be scored are not in place. So you will have to follow the process to convert the lines to score, because that's another thing that Design Space doesn't keep, unfortunately. So going back here, and you can see now it looks fine. So that was kind of weird. So if I go back here, so there might be occasions where we want to use the most of the cardstock. So these pieces right here are the ones that are gonna determine the size, almost the size of your gift bags fully assembled. So for this one, for example, this one is gonna be almost 5.5 inches by I would say a little bit more than 8.5. So then if you want to make it bigger than that, and let's say you want the actual gift bags to be up to 12 inches high, what you will have to do is you will have to play with this size right here, and I recommend to increase it maybe by a couple inches. So let's try 25, and don't touch this one right here because we want it to be even. So as soon as you change this one, everything change accordingly. I'm just gonna zoom out so we can see here, and then instead of going to make it every single time you're kind of playing with the measurements, what you should do, or what you can do, is just go to the piece that determines the entire size of of whatever you are making, and for this case will be the graduation gift bag. So you have to click here, and then it's giving you the size. So at this point, the high size for this piece is going to be 9.52. So if you still want it to be up to almost 12 inches, we have to kind of leave it up to 11.5, so it cuts on a 12 by 12 inches. So then what we are going to do is I'm just going to click again anywhere else on any other piece, and then go back here and change it again. So I'm going to try 30, and then I'm going to go back here, and then it's giving me that is 11.42. So this is probably the highest size that you can give. So now if we go to make it, we are going to see how tall my box is going to be. And then you can see here that it didn't give me an error, but now it's telling me that we are going to need to use a longer mat. So if you don't have a long mat, or longer than the one that is 12 by 12 inches, then you have to play with these pieces instead, the bags or the front and back pieces. Let me just go back here to show you one more time. So I'm gonna hit continue here, and so you can see here that with the change that I made, so now this piece is fine, but the pieces that we have to work with to go around, those are the ones that become longer now, and that's why it's asking me for a longer mat. So I will recommend, if you are using a 12 by 12 inches mat, that you keep it with the size that I mentioned, which is 21.9 right here, and then once you hit make it, all the pieces are going to fit at 12 by 12 mat, 12 by 12 inches, and we can see here. And you may have a little bit of room to make it a little bit bigger. So let's try. I'm gonna try to give you that size. So I think with 25 we may be able to make it get it a little bit bigger. Let's see. Yeah, that probably will be the longest, or the highest size that you can use. And then the graduation box will be, let's see, almost close to 10 inches high, and we are good to go. So I hope this video helps, but please let me know if you have additional questions. As I said, once this applies for any designs that you get uploaded into the Design Space that gets uploaded way too big. You just have to change this size right here, and if you get the designs from my store, all my designs include what's the size that the SVG should have, the entire design. So then you just have to check the instructions, check what's the size right here, and then go back to Design Space and change it. If you want to make it the exact size that I made it. If you want to make it bigger, then you just have to kind of play a little bit here, and make sure that it doesn't give you a yellow symbol here.